Hey, good morning, good afternoon, Kick-Ass Nation. It is I, your No Excuses coach, here with another walk and talk on this beautiful morning. I hope this morning finds you wherever you're at in the world, doing awesome, having the right mindset, getting rid of your excuses, staying unstoppable. And so, here I am, live, once again with this weekly dose of Christopher Rausch, unstoppable kick-ass motivation, inspiration, and education. I'm fired up. So anyways, good morning, Larry. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. So today's message, often when I'm sitting here thinking about doing a walk and talk, I only do it when something is like gnawing at me. Like, okay, if you're dealing with this, then probably somebody else is dealing with this too. Hey, good morning, Bashal. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. It's been a minute. Good morning, Ellie. Good to see you. Good to see you. So when I'm walking and I sit there and I get these tinges like, okay, if I'm dealing with this, somebody else is dealing with it. So I want to talk to you guys today about something we're not very good at, forgiveness, right? Hard to see. Is that a ghost behind you? Probably. I have spirit guides. I have all sorts of things following me. So anyways, forgiveness. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and there's a lot of tensions, there's a lot of frustrations, there's a lot of animosity, there's a lot of resentment, and I truly believe that a lot of that comes from repressed emotions from our childhood and from our adulthood. Good morning. We carry around a lot of baggage, and we're pretty good at stuffing it down into these compartments and saying, hey, I'll just deal with that later. I don't need to deal with that right now. Good morning. I'm trying to see. We try to push this in these boxes and say, oh, I don't need to deal with that. That was my childhood. That's over. I've forgotten about that. That's okay. But we walk around with these repressed emotions. And the first thing I want to talk about is forgiveness of yourself. I've talked to a lot of people during COVID for over the last 6 or 7 months. I can't even believe it's been that long. Talked to a lot of people, coached a lot of people, doing a group coaching program right now. And it's pretty incredible how common it is that when I ask somebody, do you need to forgive yourself? They pause, right? Now, if you think you didn't need to forgive yourself for something, you'd be like, I don't need to forgive myself for anything. But when you stop and think about it, how much are you beating yourself up for shit that you had no responsibility for? Like, forgive yourself that maybe you weren't the best student in school. Forgive yourself that maybe you weren't the best ballet dancer and mommy wanted you to be a ballet dancer. Forgive yourself for knocking over that vase that was grandma's priceless heirloom and caused her to be mad at you. Forgive yourself for not wanting to go into the family business and feeling guilty because you wanted to do something else. What's up, Weldon? Good to see you, brother. Forgive yourself for being human. That's the one. Forgive yourself for being fallible, for being able to make mistakes. You're not perfect. Yet how many people are walking around trying to be perfect, trying to put on the best face, trying to make the best decisions, trying to do all these things, and then they just beat themselves up because they're not able to attain them. What's up, Teresa? Good to see you. My close-up vision's going, so I'm having a hard time seeing my phone without my glasses, just being honest. Shit happens, it's okay. They make glasses for a reason. Forgiving yourself for maybe not being in the shape that you're supposed to be in. Forgive yourself for not being where you're at financially. Forgive yourself for not being the greatest parent. Do I need to go on? Right? How many people are out there beating themselves up? Is that you? Are you beating yourself up because you couldn't do anything or you couldn't save somebody? I've talked to people who beat themselves up because they couldn't figure out how to save their parent or save their kid or save their sister or save their friend. They feel guilty and they don't even realize they do it. They don't realize that they're punishing themselves. Are you punishing yourself? I got to ask you that question. Forgiveness is an amazing tool. It's not saying that you're wrong. It's not saying that you're right. It's saying, hey, listen, I'm at a point in my life where I want to be the best I can be. And in order to be the best, not just average, not just mediocre, not just okay, in order to be the best, hey, good morning, Billy, good to see you. In order to be the best, you have to give up the shit that's weighing you down. You have to go forward. You can't look in the back rearview mirror. Good morning. You can't look in the rearview mirror of your life and sit there and say, oh, shoulda, coulda, woulda, blah, blah, blah. All you have is right now. All you have is today. So especially forgive yourself. I suggest writing a letter to yourself and forgiving yourself for the things that you've done or you haven't done. Forgive yourself for being human. Forgive yourself for still being a little girl or a little boy inside of an adult body trying to figure out life. I'm still trying to figure out life, and I'm 51. It's part of the journey. The life journey changes as you get older. Your perspectives shift. And for me, forgiveness was huge in my life because I used to be really mad at my mom. Good morning, Teresa. Good to see you. I used to be really mad and resentful and angry with my mom. I was talking with somebody yesterday. And because I was mad because we were homeless. I was abused. I lived in a cockroach-filled apartment in Inglewood, California. I was the only white kid on a black neighborhood. I got picked on. I didn't know my dad, blah, 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 blah. All these things that had to do with my mom. Good morning. And so I carried that resentment around with me. And I carried that resentment around towards women in some respects, right? I looked at mothers, I'm like, what kind of mother are you? You know, I had this kind of tinge to my attitude. And it wasn't until I finally realized, I'm like, did my mom do the best she could with what she had mentally, physically? You know, it's marginal, but at the same time, what am I going to do about it? You know, if I ask you to consider somebody who's wronged you or frustrated you or whatever, you know, if you went through their life, if you went through their decision-making process, if you had the teachers and parents and family and friends and all the people that were influences in their life, might you be the same as them? Oh, I'm your hero. Thank you. You're a sweetheart, Teresa. You're my hero. Seriously. I don't bullshit. You know, so I was sitting there thinking, like, if I went through all her steps, you know, her parents divorced at 4, you know, her mother was incredibly strict. My grandmother, I did not like her very much. So she went through a lot of shit. And then she got immersed in books and she screwed herself up that way. She suffered from psychological disorders, addiction disorders. It just fucked her up. And people don't operate the best when they're fucked up. Mentally, physically, drugs, alcohol, food, whatever it is. They don't operate at their best. And so I decided I could do two things. I could sit there and go through the rest of my life being pissed off at her and resentful. Or I could change my perspective and say, hey, wait a minute. Maybe all that shit that happened, maybe all that stuff that was really fucked up, maybe it was happening for me and not to me. It was happening for me, not to me. Maybe all that tough love and independence and having to be on my own and make my own decisions and be resourceful and being homeless and having to survive, maybe all of that was my life lesson to get me prepared to do the work that I'm doing now in the world, and which is inspiring people to be the best they possibly can, right? So have that perspective. Did it happen for you or to you? And offer an apology, or not an apology, offer forgiveness. I forgive my mom. You know, there was a lot of good things she did, and they tend to get overshadowed by the shitty things because we often look at the bad, not the good. My mom busted her ass at Christmases, trying to make them special. Every special day, birthday, Thanksgiving, Easter, she became super mom and tried to make up for the other 360 days that sucked, you know, and that isn't even totally the case. But when I offered forgiveness, there was this huge amount of relief and release. I was like, I'm not angry anymore. I can let it go. And then that's something that's going to happen overnight. It's something that you have to work through and make amends with. And then also, you know, forgiving yourself, obviously, because sometimes we feel guilty for having these resentful feelings. So you have to forgive yourself. It's like, hey, you were a kid, right? What's up, John Considine? Good to see you, brother. Funny enough, you show up here. I'm just listening to Mickey Singer's book again, The Untethered Soul. I need to listen to that this is Surrender Experiment. I need to listen to that quite a lot lately, as I'm sure you know. But it's funny, just for you guys that know, John Considine is a friend of mine through Glenn Mooreshower, and he actually knows Mickey Singer, who is the author of 2 books that actually have really influenced my growth in the last couple of years. One of them is The Untethered Soul. The other one's The Surrender Experiment. And so I go to those kind of like, I'm not going to compare it to the Bible, but for right now, it's for me. It's kind of like my place to go to remind myself that I am not all these emotions. I'm not all these frustrations, and I can step back. It's metaphysical stuff. It's spiritual stuff that I was never into before. But let me tell you, it's opened my mind. What I call the 7-letter F word, forgive. Yes, brother. Yes. I tend to use the other F word a little bit more, but it's just because I'm passionate and I love. So yeah, if you're on a journey, go check out The Untethered Soul and The Surrender Experiment. Get them on audiobook. Listen to Mickey Singer. Go look at his interviews. Just amazing dude. Has helped me a lot, and it's helped me a lot with this stuff too. Forgiveness, right? Sometimes I get hard on myself that I haven't achieved all I should achieve. Sometimes I get hard on myself that there was a period in my life where I kind of just coasted a little bit and expected everything to happen just because I'm me, just to be truthful. And then last year, something happened November 7th. I exited my career, my corporate career. One of the people on here, Billy, I used to work with her husband for a great many years, Jimmy. I miss Jimmy a lot. I miss all of that a lot. And, and that's even actually another act of forgiveness. The way the situation went down with that did not make me feel very good. Ending my 26-year career with a company that I busted my ass for. And I had to forgive some people in my heart. I had to forgive because I felt betrayed. I felt let down, disappointed, manipulated, all sorts of different things. What's up, Robert? Good to see you this morning. So I had to forgive them. Forgiveness is a part of life. You can forgive somebody who cuts in front of you. Maybe they're in a hurry. Maybe their daughter is, getting a chemo treatment and they're trying to hurry up to get there. Forgive them. What's the big fucking deal? Let somebody cut in. We're so worried about being first and being right that we forget to have compassion for ourselves and for other people. Thank you, Robert. Morning. So the point of this video is about forgiveness. Forgiving yourself, forgiving others, realizing that things happen for you and not to you. And tonight I'm going to be talking about, on my Raw and Unscripted show tonight at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be talking about another thing that we have going on in this world right now, and that's divisiveness and how we're more the same than we are different. It's going to be a tough subject in such a way because I have a lot of emotions around this, but my point is to bring people together rather than continue the divide that's going on in our country, especially here in the United States. I know I've got people all over the world that watch, and I appreciate you guys. I know I've got England watching right now. I've got India watching right now. I'm not sure where everybody else is at. And I know a lot of you guys watch this on replay, so thank you very much. And please always comment on the replay too, because as you know, I engage with you guys in the comments. But Robert says, I got the constructive dismissal business. I got out of the constructive dismissal business at 27 years and the investigation continues. Wow. Yeah. So tonight's show, Tuesday night, 7 p.m., Raw and Unscripted. It's just going to be me tonight. I don't have a guest. So tune in for that. It's going to be great. Also, we're going to be talking about bullying this Friday night on my Friday night show with Scott Goyette. We talk about bullying. We've got my friend, he's an actor, Chris Warner. He and I spoke on stage a few years ago about bullying. So we're going to be talking about kid bullying, cyberbullying, adult bullying. Because I think there's some bullying going on here in the news media and on Facebook and social media. Some people are getting kind of bullied into having to pick a side or make a stance or tell their friends, hey, yes, I'm this supporter or that supporter. Hey, Toronto, Canada, we got Canada in the house. I love it. Thank you, Canada. I've got a lot of friends up in Canada. Serena and Monica and now Yvonne. I just met her yesterday. Jean-Guy up in Canada. More probably. My friends up in Canada. Sean Collins. Anyways, you guys don't care about that. So yeah, so take a look at your life. Take a look at the angst and the anger that you might have in your soul from your childhood or from current days right now. Good morning. And think about how you can forgive others and how you can bridge the divide that's going on in the world and make it a little bit better place. That's what we need. We need love. We need unity. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to have passionate conversations, but it's not okay to belittle somebody. It's not okay to call somebody a name because they don't agree with you. And that's kind of be my topic for tonight. I haven't ironed it out completely because I want it to be dynamic, but the point is that I'm here to help and make a difference in the world. I could easily react to a lot of the shit that's going on and come out being all angry and pissed off. I'm like, oh, that's stupid. These fuckers are crazy, blah, blah, blah. But I'm stopping. I'm taking a moment. Hey, Madeline. Hey, Steven. Good to see you. Good to see you. Steven's over in England. Good to see you. So yeah, if you're just coming in right now, take a look at the beginning of the show or beginning of this Facebook Live, talking about forgiveness and everything. And I'd love to have your comments. I'd love to have your comments in other places that maybe we need to forgive. Gabriel, good to see you. Again, and I encourage you tonight o'clock, that's a new word, tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in California, the Raw and Unscripted show, and then Fridays, 5 o'clock California time, the Friday Night Live with Chris Warner, actor. He was in New Country for Old Men, I always screw that up. Character actor, great dude. So anyways, thank you guys all so much. My arm's going to sleep. You make a difference. Thank you. I love it. Thank you. It's my passion and my mission. Jeez, I can't talk the last 2 days. To be here with you guys, to help you guys, to support you guys, to support myself as well. Like I said, when I was thinking about this, I'm like, who do I need to forgive? Why is this coming up in my radar? Let's chat one day about hub and empowering, take on forgiveness. Yes, I would love to, John. I would love to. And actually, one more thing. Actually, speaking of John and speaking of spirituality, Thursday, I have my other show. It's every 2 weeks. It's called Rainbows and Real Talk. We have my dear, dear friend, Patricia Geigich from Canada, another Canadian. She's going to be on my show with Pamela Aubrey on Thursday, Rainbows and Real Talk, talking about spirituality, talking about fundamental beliefs and things we could do to just release some of the tension and the anger and the frustration that's going on in the world around us, and how we could be better people to the people we love the most, right? It's 9 o'clock, yeah. I'm just going to go through an intersection. I try not to do Facebook Lives when I'm walking through an intersection. But anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate all the support. You guys are magnificent. Drop comments down there. Let me know what kind of walk and talk subjects you want. I love to do that. I love when people sit there and say, hey, do a subject on this for your show, or do a walk and talk on this. I know you guys dig these. Normally I have Ozzy with me, so I didn't go, hey, look at Ozzy. He's been boycotting lately. I think he's got something wrong with his foot. So I might have to take him to the vet. I've been trying to just let him rest. But I love you guys. Stay unstoppable. Of course, if you haven't checked out my YouTube page and liked that, I would really appreciate that. Working on growing my numbers just to kind of show potential networks and things that I want to get on, that I have the social proof of, that I'm reaching people and connecting with people. So I would really love for you to go to my YouTube page. It's youtube.com/the Christopher Rausch, Rausch. youtube.com/the Christopher Rausch. I got the Walk and Talk video playlist in there. I've got my Friday night show playlist in there. I've got my Raw&Unscripted show in there. I've got a bunch of old stuff of me wearing a suit and tie talking. So it's pretty cool. But anyways, I love you guys. Have an awesome day. Let me know how I can serve you, and we will talk soon. Stay unstoppable, stay kick-ass, and once again, be a part of the solution, not part of the problem. And as always, enjoy the moments. That's all we got, the moments. I love you guys. Thank you, Robert. You're welcome. Have a great day, guys. I love you.